It's John Black, Super Chemist, here with another video called the USA Brought Back Segregation. They didn't just bring back slavery. They're also doing, and I want to remind you, the Democrats, they're just a tentacle of the royal deep state. You know what I mean? They're just puppets, or they're actual deep state people. You know what I mean? This party, even though the Democrats and the Republicans are both tentacles of the deep state, and they have the same goals overall, like the giant goals that they have smaller secondary goals that are different. You know what I mean? And the Democrats, that tentacle, they want slavery big time. That's what they're all about. They're about slavery, KKK, Jim Crow. I mean, we know what they're about. Come on. You can't deny it. So the Democrats really, they want to bring back slavery. So how do you bring back slavery? I mean segregation. How do you bring it back? Come on, man. If you've been watching my videos, you know why. I've said it I said the same thing about the BLM. I said the same thing about the feminism. I said the same thing about the LGBT. They changed the name. It's that simple. If you want to push communism, you change it to BLM. You want to push communism, you change it to LGBT rights. You want to push communism, you change it to feminism. You want to bring back segregation, you change the name of it. And they change it to BIPOC. Okay, it's that simple. I mean, if you watch my videos, I'm showing you patterns. Okay? That's literally all my videos are about patterns. Because they only have like 10 tricks that they have a small bag of tricks that the deep state does. They do the same thing over and over and over again. You people are just morons. You don't see it. So they changed the name segregation to BIPOC. What is BIPOC? B-I-P-O-C. Okay, that's an acronym. Okay, I always thought it meant biracial, indigenous, and people of color. Okay, but it actually means black, indigenous, and people of color. Okay, which includes everyone. Because if you're biracial, that's included in people of color, right? I don't understand why they do, because black would be a person of color, so why would they repeat it? I mean, well, my guess is because the blacks are more privileged than any other race, you know what I mean? So they have to be mentioned twice, you know what I mean? But BIPOC basically includes every skin color except white people, okay? So basically, BIPOC means no whites, okay? No whites. So how does this bring back segregation? All right, let's see here. Okay, now I wanted to bring up, this is on a sidetrack. This proves, okay, proves that elites do not care about race or religion. Okay, it's not about white people at the top, or the Jews at the top, or any other group at the top. There's only one group at the top, okay, and they all identify as the elite. They might be Jewish, they might be white, they might be black. But what they identify as, because they're not like the rest of the humans that want to, I'm black and I'm this and I'm Jewish and I'm this, I'm that, blah, 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 blah. Deep state only has two boxes. You're either in the deep state and a puppet, or you're not. You're everybody else. Those are the two boxes. Okay? They don't divide anyone up by color or skin or religion. They don't care about that crap. You think a elite person, you think a king and a queen care about God or not God, about whether this commoner is white or this commoner has the same religion as him? A commoner is a commoner. It doesn't matter how much you have in common with the king. If you have the same skin color as the king, you have the same religion as the king don't look at you and say, oh, he's in the same box as me. He's Jewish. Oh, he's in the same box with me. He's white. No. He only has two boxes. Poor, crap, commoner pieces of shit, and him, and his royal family, and his elite people. Okay? He doesn't... anyways, this proves, you know, because we blame white people for being up at the top and blah blah blah. Well, if that's true, they care about white people. Then why are they doing this? Why do they keep discriminating against the white people now? Because they don't care. They just want us to discriminate against somebody. So we're arguing, and because if we ain't arguing with them, you know, as long as we're arguing with each other, we won't care about what they're doing. Dumb idiots. So anyways, what used to happen back in the day, right? You got a white building and you got a black building, right? Here, this will be my white building. This will be my black building, right? Here's a white building, here's a black building. And what they do is they have a white guy right here, right outside the white building, right? And they would have a sign, right? And let's not play game. I can't name every minority every time I'm talking about this stuff. So let's just say black and white. We'll pretend there's no other minorities, no other people involved. Okay, just black and white people, okay? So you have your white school with a white guy in front of it and a sign. And what does the sign say? No blacks, right? No blacks, meaning only whites can come in. And what was the white guy there for? That was in case a black guy came up and wanted to go in there, he'd stop the white guy. He'd be like, no, 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 no. You can't go in there. Look at that sign. It says no whites. Get out of here. You know? And then the black guy would go over to the black school building, and he would be taught over there. Why would they do that? Because in this black building, they're taught stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it wasn't gender theory back then, but it was just as stupid, just as much brainwashing, you know, where they're oppressed or whatever. You know, they're going to teach them about oppression instead of how to read and write, and so that they can be succeeding in life. You know what I mean? And then the whites over here, they're learning physics and chemistry and trigonometry, calculus. Yeah, that's why they did it. That's why they want two separate schools, because they want separate types of teaching. They want good teaching for the white people and bad teaching for the black people, right? Yeah. Now, then they got rid of it, right? They said, we can't have that. White people can't be getting good schools and then the black people get crap schools. That's not fair, right? So what they do, the Democrats, they've been thinking, how can we bring it back? How can we bring back segregation? How can we bring back slavery? How? Oh, they got a new plan now. Yeah. It used to be all the buildings were white, you know, just green and didn't denote any color. Now we're starting back up with the segregation, right? Now we got a white building again and a black building, right? No, we're not going to care about other races. We're just going to simplify it so I don't have to bring up, you know, that takes up too much time. So we got, and what, how do they do it? They don't have no sign outside the white building saying no blacks. They don't have a white guy in front of the white school saying, you know, stopping black people saying, look at that sign. You ain't allowed in there, black guy. Go over to this black building over here. That's where your school's at. That's where your crap teachers are. No. What they did was now they, instead of a white guy, right, they put a black guy in front of the white building. And instead of a sign on the white building saying no blacks allowed, they went over to the black building and they put a sign on it saying no whites. Okay, because remember, BIPOC just means no whites. So now instead of a white guy with a sign that says no blacks, now they have a black guy and they have a sign that says no whites. Then, because remember the black guy back in the day, he'd walk up to the white building and there'd be a white guy saying, hey, you can't come in here. You got to go over to the other. Now it's a black guy. What does he say? When the black guy comes up, there's no sign saying he can't go in. If he wants to go in, he can go in. What's going to stop him from going in? Oh, the black guy. Yeah, the black guy in front of the school, right? And when I say standing in front of the school, I don't literally mean there's a black guy standing in front of the school. I mean he's an activist going around the school telling people, promoting this BIPOC crap, okay? So basically, metaphorically, you have this black guy in front of the white school, and what happens? The black guy walks up to up to that white building, what does the black guy say? He doesn't say, "Oh, you can't come in here. You got to go over to that other school," because that worked back in the day, right? But it ain't gonna work today. That black guy is gonna punch that other black guy in the face. He's gonna go get a bunch of people, and there's gonna be protests and rallies and blah 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 to get rid of this, this black guy telling people, only whites can come into this school. So what does he say? What does he say? He says, "Oh, hey black guy, I'm black, so you can trust me. Look, those white people, this building over here, this is a white building. They're all whiteys in there. You don't want to be in there with those racist white pieces of garbage. Oh no. You can go over to this black school over here. See the building over there that says no whites? Go over there. There's literally a sign that says no whites, meaning BIPOC. So you can go in there and you won't have to be dealing with no nasty, horrible white people, okay?" And the black guy says, "That makes sense, man. I'm going to go over to the black building." Black people, you are so stupid. It's not because of your skin color, okay? If you reverse the skin colors, then I would be saying right now, white people, you are so stupid. And keep in mind, all humans are stupid. All of them. Not because of their skin color, not because of their gender, their sexuality. No, it's because they have human DNA. Anyone that has human DNA is a total moron, okay? So keep that in mind when I call black people idiot morons, because you're idiots. What do you think is going to... What did they do? Why did they do it back in the past? They did it so that white people had different teachers than everybody else. So that they can learn what the blacks... All they can learn is about oppression. How they can't make it in life. What do you think's going to happen with this BIPOC? Now they got all the whites over here and everybody else over here learning about what? What are you learning over there in that black building there, that black people? Huh? You learning about gender theory? You're learning... Yeah, what's funny is you're not graduating public schools with the ability to write and read and do arithmetic. You ain't getting that. You're learning how you're oppressed and how you can't make it in life. Okay, what do you think's going to be taught in the white building that you voluntarily, because you're so brainwashed to think white people are racist, that you self-segregate yourself? Like, you aren't brainwashed, or you're not brainwashed. You literally are self-segregating yourself, you moron. So what do you think's going to happen with the white schools? Oh, once they get rid of all the other colors, what do you think? They're not going to start teaching physics and chemistry and trigonometry, and they're going to get rid of gender theory at that point, right? They ain't gonna do none of that. They're not gonna get rid of all the communism, right? How can you sit there and say, "I don't trust white people," but yet you're trusting white people who are segregating you, who are tricking you into being segregated? Are you total morons? Yes, you are total morons, because you have black people in the hood telling other blacks when they speak properly, you're being white. They self-police their own race so that they won't succeed. And anytime they try to succeed, they call them whitey. You're being white. You're a coon. You're Uncle Tom, getting straight A's, going to college and succeeding, helping so that the black people can succeed. You tell them they're whiteys. They're white. They're racist. They're stabbing black people in the back. You are policing yourself, you idiot. You can't see that? You can't. If that isn't being brainwashed, I don't know what is. Because you blame the white man, but the white man doesn't have to come into your neighborhood and oppress you, you idiot. You oppress yourselves. They taught you, they brainwashed you to do it yourself, you moron. Because if that's not brainwashing, telling someone you're acting white when you speak properly and obey the rules and succeed, if that's not brainwashing, what is? What is if that ain't? In 2021, that's when, BIPOC was around, but it was sparse and it was not common. 2021, when Biden came into office, BIPOC spiked in colleges. And it's now starting in governments. Like there was that Asian lady, governor, right? She had a Christmas party, said no whites. No whites were allowed at her party. And there's much other examples in government. Then you got businesses, you got movies now starting to say only whites
I mean, only blacks can come. No, everyone but whites can come here. You got now it's starting in the public schools.